What's going on, everybody? It is your host, Mr. BridgetownBS. I'm happy to bring you all another episode of the Populace Gaming Podcast. We got some special guests tonight, and we'll be introducing them here in a second. So I just want to say what's up to everybody out there. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to ask any questions you guys might have or anything you guys want to bring up from anything we're talking about or something random that might come up in your mind. Tonight we have with us Populace Gaming team member, Most Wanted Mex. We also have two very special guests, Ashen Lily and Avum Desesus. Ash and AD, go ahead and say hi.
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
And Most Wanted, where you at?
Yo, what's going on?
Yo. There it is. All right, as we as we get started, I want to remind you guys out at home and out there in the interwebs, if you get our podcast and all our streams are brought to you in part by Origin PC. If you guys need any items from Origin PC, whether it be hardware, software, or just gear in general, make sure you check out our links both on our website, www.populacegaming.com, and or on our Twitch stream. There is a link that you could go directly to Origin PC, which uses our link, which helps us then continue to give you the best content possible. Also, if you're on Twitch watching us right now, saying hi to what's going on, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. It would also help us continue giving you guys the best quality podcast and quality streaming that we can possibly do. And I know there's something really special if you have an Amazon Prime account. Mr. Most Wanted, what happens if you got an Amazon Prime account?
Well, if you have an Amazon Prime account, that means you also have a Twitch Prime account. And if you didn't already know, every 30 days you do get one free subscription. So let's say, for instance, you signed up for somebody else 28 days ago. Just wait 2 more days and you can sign up with us for free in 2 days.
So if it's not going to cost you anything, might as well. You're already paying for it as far as your Twitch Prime account and or the Amazon Prime. Why not go ahead and share the love and share it with Populace Gaming? With that being said, don't forget to visit us at www.populacegaming.com for all your Populace Gaming news and upcoming events. Also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, everything you can find. Just basically go to Google and type in Populace Gaming. You're going to find us. And so you guys know who I am already. You guys know what I'm about. You guys know who Most Wanted is and what he's all about for the most part. I want to let Ashley and AD go ahead and introduce themselves and talk a little bit about themselves before we get started with the podcast tonight. Ashley, why don't you go ahead and get it started?
Sure. So, hey guys, I am at Ashen Lily. Call me Ash. I am mostly stream and tweet about Guild Wars 2. It is an MMO. Those of you who are not familiar with it, I'm a raid leader and guild leader. So I generally do all my streams and whatnot and posting about that. I also play Overwatch, but I generally don't stream it because my viewers don't like it. I like it, though. That's all that matters. Other than that, I also work with Bridgetown here and Mex, and I do the Extra Life fundraising and cosplay and singing. But if I am not doing all that online stuff, I am also a professor at the local Cal State San Bernardino.
Congratulations.
Jack of all trades.
Congratulations. Just recently, Ashen Lily just got her doctorate. So real quick, congratulations again.
Thank you.
I know I congratulated you earlier, but
Congratulations.
congratulations once again.
Good job.
Thank you. I'm a nerd both in and out of the classroom.
There you go. That's how we like it. Avum Desesus, go ahead and introduce us, sir.
Hey, everyone. Avum Desesus here. I am one of the founding members and the captain of the Frag Force Extra Life team. Kind of competing against Populace Gaming for money, but it's not really a competition because all the money goes to the kids.
It's all going to a good cause.
So I've been gaming fairly actively for probably over 15 years now, at least when I first got my own system, and I'm just looking forward to streaming more and podcasting more. I like playing games. I'm not good at streaming them, so I'm working on that, and this is the first step in that.
Oh, outstanding. I'm glad that we are part of your first step into this great grand venture we call podcasting and being with us. So I really appreciate both you guys jumping in today. I know that Maeve and Tyrant and Keen are all three indisposed, and I didn't want it just to be a back and forth banter between me and Mex. Nobody wants to hear that. So we got some fresh ears, some fresh ideas, and some fresh voices for all y'all to hear. Make sure that you guys express your love, thanks, and or questions in the chat area, and I will make sure to address your questions, comments, or concerns. So, moving into the first thing I want to talk about tonight is the Atari box. I hope you guys had a chance to hear about it, read about it. Is anybody interested in getting that between you guys?
Nah, not really.
Not really.
No real big interest.
I mean, I'd definitely like to get my hands on one to play with it, but I don't know if I'd be purchasing one.
Yeah, same.
I see. I guess I must be the only old fogey here. And I'm like, hey, Atari, hell yeah!
I never played Atari.
See, that's the first console I ever got was technically ColecoVision, but the one I really remember playing for reals was the Atari 2600. So this is kind of bringing me back, and I like the Intellivision, I like all that old stuff. I'm excited to see, because they said they're also going to be able to play newer things too. So I don't know if Atari's coming out with newer versions of their old games. They haven't really let any information leak out. Also, here's my question to you guys: do you think Atari already had this planned for a while? Because it looks, from the way the console looks, it looks clean. If you guys got a chance to go look at it, but unlike the Nintendo and unlike the Super Nintendo, the mini consoles or whatever that they're coming out with, or that they came out with, and they're coming out with the NES version of it, or SNES, it's not just pandering to the classic gamer, but I think, if they're going to put newer games, or if they're producing newer stuff for the console, because it says, old and new, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. It'd be cool to see what they're going to come up with. Do you guys think they're just kind of riding the coattails of the NES and the SNES?
Yeah, I like the design of it, and I like that they're taking on this more modern look of it. Trying to, like you're saying, attract the younger audience. But the SNES, the NES, these re-releases that they've done were so popular, so it's like, well, I think it's smart business, but it also just kind of, the timing of this announcement and stuff feels kind of awkward at the same time. They did it, why can't we?
I'm just going to be very interested in seeing what kind of hardware is actually in it, especially if they're planning on supporting any kind of modern games.
Yeah, that's what they say. They said old and new Atari games. So I'm like, are they coming out with new stuff? Is this going to be a rebranding of Atari? What's going on there? I know they haven't even showed the joystick, because I know the old Atari had the single joystick with the one button. That was basically it. So I wonder if they're going to come up with a new version of that, or if they're going to do an actual controller, like the DualShock or the Xbox controller, or maybe something mixed in between. So I'm kind of excited to, what's going to happen. If it's not too expensive, if the price point is anything over $80, I'm probably not going to buy it. But if it falls in my lap and somebody sends it to me, I'm going to go ahead and play it and see what's going on. If that happens, I'm definitely going to do a review of it, and I can't wait to play some old school games. What do you guys think? If it's reasonably priced, and you guys were walking by, let's just say Walmart or fucking Best Buy or whatever, and it was there, and let's just say it was $50, would you guys be willing to roll the dice for a $50 bill?
I was like, if I'm seeing it on the store shelves, and that means that some other people have probably already gotten it, so I'll know more about it, but probably at that point.
Ash?
I'd consider it. I just don't know. My current situation, I really wouldn't have a place to be able to play it unless my boyfriend let me keep it at his place. But I'd consider it if it was $50, but that's probably the most I'd consider.
Most?
I think it's the same thing, kind of like how we talked about on our other podcast about the SNES. Mm-hmm. If I'm walking by, I see it, $50, I'll probably drop it. I'll probably drop the money, get it. but I'm not gonna go out of my way to go look for it. That's pretty much as far as I'll go with it.
Do you see this becoming a trend? Do you see like Sega coming back and putting out something like a mini Sega Genesis, or even like TurboGrafx 16 for those of you guys who may or may not know that one? Do you think this is gonna?
Absolutely.
Do you think this is causing like Nintendo caused a trend here, and all the old school consoles are gonna be coming back? What if they bring out a Dreamcast, a mini Dreamcast? I mean, I loved the Dreamcast back in the day, but what do you guys think?
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi was my life.
Yeah, I'd say for the old Sega Genesis, I could definitely see Sega doing that, at least for the stuff that they made, that they own all the rights to. But I don't know about like the Dreamcast and stuff, because at that point you've got a lot more games that aren't made by the developer of the console anymore.
Okay. What about the TurboGrafx? Everybody ever played Bonk's Adventure?
Yeah.
Nope.
It was
a long time ago.
It was, yeah. it was like a cross between Crash Bandicoot and Mario 64 kind of thing. It was just this cave boy. I don't want to say man. It was a cave boy running around with a big old head, and to defeat its enemies, he had to smack it with his head, and it would.
Wasn't he bald?
Yes.
Or something, right? Yes. Like he had a really big head.
Yeah, really big head.
I remember.
Bonk's Adventure. Go ahead and Google it, kids. For those of you in the younger age.
Oh my God, he does.
He does. So I mean, what console other than the SNES and the NES, and obviously the 360, but the N64? Because I know if they pull out an N64 one, I'm all over that. Like white on rice. Even though you could basically make an emulator for cheaper than they're selling it. You can get more games of it, whatever. But what other console would you consider dropping a 50 spot on it? Let's just say to pick up one of these updated versions of it.
I'd have to go with a Game Boy.
Oh, Game Boy.
That'd be cool.
But here's the thing. So, you know how we had like when they released the whole. I forgot what it was called, but like Sega Classics, where you can buy it on the marketplace.
Yeah. For
like $20 or something, or maybe 25. Yeah,
I bought one of those Sega Classics from
so
Sam's Club. But it wasn't like you couldn't. It didn't have an HDMI port. You had to have the RBG.
No. I'm talking about the ones that you could buy like off the 360 or even the PS4 or the PS3. I'm not sure where it falls.
Oh, kind of like the emulator kind of stuff?
Yeah, you know, where like you can buy it for like $20-30 or something like that, and then it came with 20 games or so. Like I bought that, and then it came with, you know, a bunch of the Sega Classics and things like that. So it's like for me personally, I don't see why I would need to buy a physical mini version of it when I have it right here, like on my 360 hard drive. So that's kind of like the whole thing with me. It's like, what else are you going to bring to the table besides the whole nostalgia feel to it? Like, oh, I have a mini Sega right here. Oh, I have a mini Nintendo right in front of me. Other than that, I don't know. I don't really see a big thing with this, but I know people are going crazy for it.
Avon?
I can definitely see a lot of. I mean, it's hard to get a hold of some of the old hardware, so the nostalgia factor. I know they're playing on that big. But I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like I don't need another console. I already have too many.
Ash?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, really, the only one I would probably actively seek out would be like a Game Boy one, so I could play my old games. So, I mean, that was the main thing I played on that N64, because I had the original NES, but it was boring because it was old when I was a child. It was already old. So, my Game Boy Pokemon, man, that was my thing. So that if there was like a new Game Boy, you know, mini thing, whatever you want to call it, I would be right on that. That N64, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Like, who wouldn't be on the N64?
You saying the Nintendo is old already when you were playing it, it was just like, it hurts so hard, because I'm like, it was groundbreaking for us, okay? It was groundbreaking. Game-changing.
NES was my first console.
Oh, my goodness.
I was of, like, the PS1 generation is about when I was age-wise at N64.
You know what, guys? I quit. I'm out of here. Screw all the bullshit. Oh god, I thought this conversation was going a different direction. All right. Moving on from there. Oh, wait. So we already covered worth the buy. I might get it if it's right there. You guys, depending on what happens in the reviews and stuff like that. So PC Gamer came out with this article about these gaming pods in China. The malls have figured out a way to get the men to go shopping with the ladies. And they have these little male sanctuaries that you can go and play video games in. It's pretty it's clean because you're basically in an enclosed glass case with a TV, and you have a set of different controllers you could be playing in. I know one of the ladies, or one of the guys that played it, he said, I sat in it for 5 minutes and was drenched in sweat. So maybe they'll have to look into getting some more AC or better ventilation in there. And one of the ladies who decided to remain unnamed said, if my husband just wants to go out and play games, what's the point of bringing him out? I know women enjoy dragging guys out to shop when they don't want to. But I think this would get me to go out. Even I got to go sitting there and play for like 15, 20 minutes or whatever while she was shopping, whatever. And then jump out and then go do some more shopping, whatever. At least I got something to kind of break up the monotony of it. I know it's not that exciting for guys when they're girls, or for Ash, if you drag your boy out there to go shopping and stuff like that. So what do you guys think about these pods? You think they're going to hit? They're going to be something that moves over from China to the U.S.? Or do you think it's going to be a kind of one shot, it's not going to work out, and it's going to be done?
I'm just waiting for my soapbox, so you guys go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm getting it ready.
Okay, gotcha. Mex?
This ain't going to work. I mean, come on. Look at how much space this is taking up. That's a potential loss of money for the mall or whatever. No.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's free. You have to go and you pay your time.
Just give me some treats. Just
give me treats.
Treat me like a dog in that sense. Just give me some treats. I'll be good to go. Give me some ice cream. Give me something. I'm good to go.
Wow.
I don't need a gaming pod.
Avum?
Keep it.
I don't see them succeeding in any way. I mean, I'm lucky in that neither my wife nor I likes going out shopping for long times.
Yeah, you are part of the rare few. I know I'd like to go into a Target for once and walk out 10 minutes later, but that's never gonna happen.
Target's the exception to that rule, though.
No,
Target.
I don't care where we're going. Get me in, get me out. Let's grab our shit and get out. I mean, that's just, I'd rather be home, than being shopping or whatever. Okay, Ash. I hand over the soapbox to you, and go ahead. Let's hear what you gotta say.
Right. Okay, so let me start off by saying I hate the stupid man cave craze that's going on, and this fee is basically a man cave out in public.
Whoa. There is no such thing as a man cave craze. You either have a man cave or you don't have a man cave. For those of you who have had the privilege to show up to my man cave, y'all know what I'm talking about. You either got it or you don't. It's not a craze. It's not a fad. It's something that's always going to be there.
It is a fad of guys being like, I need my little private room. It's so...
Women have their own private... closets. Jesus, give us a room where we can play video games and drink beer without having
my
to
own
worry.
Private closet.
Well, I'm just saying in general. Come on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
No. So okay, for one, I know China it's got a whole different culture and stuff, but speaking from the American culture standpoint, for one, it's just so the article itself, for one, is overtly just so sexist, and it just sends a shiver down my spine. I guess because I'm not the typical girl, whatever. No one is the typical girl, man, whatever. Also, like you guys were saying, from the mall standpoint, things aren't freaking ventilated in China. It's hot over there, for starters. Like, that just seems like you're in a glass oven, for starters. That's just dumb. It's going to probably, eventually, if it gets hot enough, it's going to just freaking fry the electronics that are in the little box anyway. Which works for me because then they can't even use it. But here's the thing. If you're going to a mall, if you're going out with your significant other, it's because you care about them. What good are you to them if you're just going off on your own? Sure, yeah, okay, your partner may want to go and shop and do things. But if you're there with them, you're there because you care. Put the time into them, they put it back into you. So going off and playing video games, just freaking stay home if you're going to do that. If you're that disinterested in what your partner wants to do, don't go in the first place. So I know if I dragged my boyfriend out and he did something like that, I'd be like, what was the point of you even coming? Just leave. I don't need you here. If I have you here, it's because I want your support. I want your comfort. I want your company. That's not spending time together. That's being a douche. All right, stepping down.
Okay. Well, I mean, I do agree that if you're gonna go out shopping with your significant other, spend the time with them. But I know I've seen so many times where there's a guy, he's holding like 10 bags and he's basically standing outside the store or whatever at the mall, and they just look so unhappy. It's just like, if you're gonna stand outside while they're inside inside the store doing more shopping, why not be able to sit down? I mean, they have those little massage chairs already, but if you're not in there with them, what's the big deal if, okay, while you're in there shopping anyways, I'm standing outside with the bags anyways, why not let me play some video games? I'll put $5 bill in there and play for 10 minutes.
That still goes with the thing, though. Like, why are they standing out there in the first place? They should be in there helping and being with her. Okay, they have 10 bags. Go freaking put them in the car. If you're going to sit there and be useless, at least do something to help out and go put them in the car. And then come back.
Well, you know, I don't know. For guys, it's kind of sometimes it's difficult to go in and shopping with the ladies when they go into certain stores. It's just kind of like you feel awkward because you're usually the one only other guy there.
Maybe she wants to model it for you.
She can model it at home. I'm sure the store has a return policy if you don't like it. So that's what
I don't like it. With you.
I mean, that's my thing though. Like, if you're gonna be stuck outside already, or if that's what you choose, if you're choosing to be outside while they're inside shopping and they're okay with it, why not allow something else to be there that will occupy your time, instead of just standing there playing on your phone? You know what I mean? Looking just completely depressed because you're just there. Like, I am basically a walking closet or hanger right now. I can just, everything's hanging off of me. That's my thing.
Instead, be cooked alive in this beautiful glass oven.
Well, okay, like I said, if they fix the ventilation problem, come on, let's not get nitpicky.
The idea is the thing we're talking about.
Yeah, the idea of it.
Yeah, I know.
The execution of it, not so good.
Fun. Yeah, I mean, you make a point there, which I would definitely concede that point, but I'm still, I still think they're stupid and totally unnecessary. And I'm sorry, but if you can't support your spouse in any way, you're being a colossal.
Well, nobody's saying. Whoa! Roll it back.
Okay, let me backtrack. I don't mean by in any way, but I mean, if you're going to be standing around instead of helping them out, you're being a douche.
Why is that? If they tell you wait here, I'll be back in a minute, because it's happened to me.
Okay,
when we go to,
if they tell you wait here, sure, but it's not going to be that long.
Why not? Oh my God, I have gone makeup shopping before. And it's literally, I'll sit outside while they're doing their makeup thing. While Judy's, and I love my girl. I do, baby. I love you if you're listening. When she goes in to do her makeup shopping, it's like a 30-minute thing. And I'm just sitting outside on my phone. If I could sit out.
You could be helping her with makeup shopping.
Oh, no. There's certain places I don't go. And that's one of them. I'll sit outside and I'm fine.
A lingerie store is one, but a makeup store, why does it matter? It's just makeup.
It's because all it is makeup. There's nothing for me to oogle at and be like, oh, look, you can put that on. Like, no, I don't. She knows what kind of makeup
yes,
she puts on.
Yes, there is. I would love if my boyfriend came with me to a makeup store and was like, oh my gosh, I really like this lipstick.
Take
I like
him
this
with
eyeshadow.
Take him with you next time you're going to do makeup shopping. And then bring him here. And we're going to interview the guy and see exactly what he has to say. But when you do this, you have to be
the room.
Yeah, you have to leave the room so we can get the honest opinion of what he's really like, what he really feels and stuff like that. And you can't be like, hey, you better say nice things, because I guarantee
he does things because he loves and supports me.
We love and support.
I do things that I'm not comfortable with because it makes him happy.
Hey.
That did not come out right.
What happens on that end is completely on you guys. I mean, hey, you take one for the team, do your thing, girl. I mean, hey,
that is not what I meant.
All right.
And then,
So
then that is typical Ash fashion of
if you got stuck outside, and they said wait here while I go in there, and you know they're gonna be 20-30 minutes, and they have these boxes, but they're properly ventilated with AC and a comfortable chair, would you use it? Yay or nay, Avum?
If it's just sitting there, sure, why not?
Most wanted.
Sure, but you know what? Just give me some Wetzel's pretzels. Like, I'm good.
I could fuck some
Yeah.
pretzels up too,
Oh
right?
my
Those
god,
are
that
good
sounds
pretzels.
so good. I think we can all agree on the
We can all agree they're pretty good.
Everybody, let's go. We
Okay,
got this.
and
Wetzel's
now,
pretzels, we need to
Ash,
sponsor.
if you told your boyfriend, honey, sit here and wait for me, I'll be back in a few, and you know you're going to be 15, 20 minutes, whatever it might be, would you get mad if he was in there playing a video game while you were in whatever store?
I probably would get annoyed, especially because it's like, okay, I'm going to come back. You're going to be in the middle of the game. Now I'm going to have to sit here and wait for you.
What if it's like
Yeah,
what if
I'd
it's
be
like
mad.
what if it's like the old school arcade games? You put a quarter in and you're playing an arcade game. Basically same
It's-
concept, except you're sitting in a chair instead of standing up.
I'd probably still be aggravated. So it's like, come on, we need to go.
I think you'd be like, "Hey, let me
I'm
get a
just
turn." You're gonna put your quarter on the screen and be like, "I got next."
Okay, but here's my thing too: is I'm not like into the whole shopping thing either. We wouldn't even be in that situation to begin with. So I am a whole different thing.
Okay.
So
And
I mean,
personally,
I'm an Amazon shopper, man.
Oh, I love Amazon shopping. Personally, if it was available, I think I'd be more up to going to the store or to the mall, and when she goes in certain stores, I would go jump in the little thing and play some Like if there was an arcade, I'd go. You know what? You're gonna go in there. I'm gonna go to the arcade. Just get me when you're ready to go to the next store or whatever it is, and I'll go play 50 cents and play some Pac-Man for 20 minutes, and then when you're out, all right, cool. I'm losing a quarter if I get off the game. It's not like you're paying $20, $30 to play a video game or whatever. You're paying a quarter. So I say yay. If it's there. Moving on down the line to Doomfist for all you Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Overwatch heads over here. Now our Overwatch has returned. Doomfist. Who's played him? Who likes him? Are you now gonna be a Doomfist main? I know. Oh, by the way, next Thursday he's going live on the actual servers, not just the PTR. Avum, let's start with you, man. Have you played Doomfist? Do you like him? Are you going to play him from now on? Are you going to try and get better with them? Do you even play Overwatch?
You actually pick one game that I do not actually own.
Oh my god.
All right, next.
I've actually been playing Paladins more.
Oh, fucking
Sorry
really
for your
next.
loss.
Let's go. Move it on.
It's up
Move it on.
for... Thanks for playing. Have a nice day. Ashley, what about you?
So I don't have PTR. I just haven't had time to download it, but
Okay.
I'm excited for him to come out as a tank and support main. I'm also terrified of him to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're basically terrified of the Doomfist to come out on you, huh?
I don't
What do you
want to take the Doomfist.
What do you think of the fact that his ult can keep him from dying from falling?
This is true. This is
Yeah,
very
that
true.
is true. Also complete bullshit.
Well, look at when you get
Um,
look at when you're with Diva or Farah and you get booped off the ledge or whatever, off the map or whatever, you can fly right back as well. So I think it's just
yeah, but only if you have ult charge. It's not so bad.
well that I mean for Doomfist you have to have the ult charge. For Farah and
yeah.
and Diva, you just gotta make
Right.
sure your boost is right there. But who is it? Whoa, we just got an alert here. Talacious, thanks for the host. Ash, by the way, I didn't say it earlier. Thanks for the host as well. So Ash, you haven't played it, but you're excited to play.
Yeah.
I guess most wanted. We're coming right to you, boss. I know we got to play a little bit the other day. We did a 5-on-5 Doomfist Mania, which was just out of control. But we saw how Maeve played him and how his dynamic goes with the way the game flow goes. What do you think? Are you gonna be playing a lot more Doomfist, or you sticking with Reinhardt and heals?
I've actually played quite a bit of Doomfist after we played it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I like him a lot. I'm just really trying to get a get a good handle on him. But the other thing is that I'm really interested to see what his final stats are going to be, because
they already nerfed him.
I still think that they're going to nerf. I still think that they're going to give him another big nerf, because he's still too much.
For those of y'all,
there's still too much going on with him. It's kind of ridiculous.
For those of y'all playing along at home in the chat room, when you get nerfed, that means basically their abilities get dumbed down basically a little bit, or dialed down a little bit, so it's not as powerful. And you get nerfed, or you get what's the other one?
Buffed.
Buffed. There it is. Oh, look at Avum getting in there. Avum knew about that. Avum knew the buff. Oh yeah, you get buffed, you get a little stronger, this and that. They've already in the PTR nerfed Doomfist once, so Most Wanted thinks they're gonna nerf him again before he goes live everywhere next Thursday.
Yeah, but I do plan on probably putting him in my rotation, so it's gonna be interesting.
That's the whole point of the PTR, is testing it out and seeing how it fares against people.
Right.
Yeah, because they nerfed him after a day, right? All that took was like 1 or 2 days.
It was a couple days. After a couple days, they nerfed him down, and it was hilarious. But I mean, the style he plays, like I know if as a tank main, I know that if I put in the time, I'm sure I'll learn to like it and love it a little bit more. But I'm in love with my diva, and I'm gonna stick with her all the way through her nerfs and buffs and nerfs again. I'm sticking with my diva girl. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'll probably in arcade, not arcade, but the what's the other one? Like standard play, not comp. I'll jump on once in a while. Quick play. There it is. I'll jump on Doomfist once in a while and see if I can fist. Oh, I'm sorry. If I can Doomfist, giggity. Doomfist some people out of a map and blow them up with the what is that, meteor strike. So
yes.
All right. Moving on to PlayStation. Anybody a PlayStation fan out there, guys, gal?
I have a 2, 3, and a 4.
Outstanding. Ash.
I only have a 2 that has the old Sing karaoke game on it. I am a hardcore PC gamer.
Outstanding. PC Master Race. Mr. Most Wanted, do you have a PS?
Yeah, I got a PS4.
So for those of you guys who don't know right now, PlayStation 5.0, the operating system, they're gonna be rolling out a beta soon. If you guys are interested in getting into that, make sure you go and sign up. I'm putting it in the chat room right now. Go ahead and sign up there, register, and hopefully you get into the beta. I'm pretty excited to see what they're gonna do. I mean, it's just, are they gonna make it nicer or more streamlined? I think it looks fine the way it is right now. So we'll see what they're gonna do. That's just a quick hit. Should we do the gamer thing first, or go through Game of Thrones and then get to the female gamer stuff? What do you think, guys?
Probably Game of Thrones, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I will sit back and relax.
Avum, do you watch it?
I do. That makes you very much of a minority, Ash.
I know.
I know. That's quite minority. I even got my girlfriend involved. She didn't know. She's like, "What's Game of Thrones?" I'm like, "Oh,
I'm not into violence.
We're starting over. You're not into violence, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, and so. Yeah.
All right. So talking about this, spoilers. I'm gonna say it one more. Spoilers. Spoilers.
Uno más.
Spoilers. All right, we're gonna be talking about first episode that just came out this last Sunday night. It was called, what was it called? Valerian?
Oh, shit.
No, it wasn't called Valerian. It was Stormborn. Dragonstone?
No, Dragonstone.
Stormborn is the next one.
This next one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it was called Dragonstone, and it basically picked up right where it left off last season. By the way, Arya is a bad girl. Oh my God, she got gangster. For those of you guys who don't know, who watched the ending of the last season, once again, spoilers. Last chance. All right, here we go. So we pick up last season. At the end of the season, Arya slit what's his name's throat. somebody.
Frey.
Oh yeah, Walter
Frey.
Walder Frey. He's the king of the Riverlands or whatever of the two towers, and the twin towers, the two towers, whatever, the towers. So he goes and she basically feeds him his own children in a shepherd's pie kind of thing, and then slits his throat, and the North remembers and blah blah blah. So this season, it starts off with Mr. Frey inviting his entire family, like all the males and stuff like that, in his family line to dinner. And he's like, everybody, let's drink up and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, the whole time I'm thinking, is this before Arya or after Arya? What if Arya's like mean, like face swapping with him and this and that? And he basically, she single-handedly wiped out the entire Frey clan or whatever you want to call it. And she let him know, or let the family know that or not the family, but the wife.
The North remembers.
The North fucking remembers. We all remember, but the North fucking remembers, and she took some fucking rage out. Oh my god. Oh, what do you guys thought on that? The opening is this the opening fucking scene?
That is the opening scene.
What the fuck? And we're just What do you guys think?
I didn't actually figure out that it was Ari until like halfway through the scene. I'm going, what's going on? What's going on? Where is this? And it's like, wait a minute. And then it was just an amazing scene to watch finish out.
Oh, yeah. I actually didn't notice. Well, it's funny because I was watching it with my lady, and then we're both looking at each other, going like, "Are they repeating basically what like the end of last season? Like, is that what they're doing?" Until the conversation continues, and then the moment she tells the wife to not drink, say like, "Oh, I'm not gonna waste good wine on you."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not gonna waste good wine on a woman. I'm like, oh, that's Arya. I know it. And then, damn.
I caught it. I caught it almost immediately. The way he was talking, I'm like, that's not him. It's got to be Arya. Like, almost immediately. My girlfriend's yelling at me, what's going on? I'm on, no, just watch. And I'm like, it's got to be. And when it happened, I was like, oh, fucking right. God damn it, yeah. I was slightly excited, to say the least. So
really, we hadn't noticed.
It was just, I think, basically the beginning and the very end of that episode was the entire episode. Like those are the two biggest parts of the episode. Let us begin, and the North will fucking always remember. Okay, I maybe embellished it a little bit, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that's such a good episode. That's a classic, great first episode.
Oh, absolutely, right? What do you guys for the next part of the episode? What came up after that?
Damn, what happened directly after that? Jon and Sansa kind of going, having that little banter back and forth.
What did you guys think right away? Because there's a lot of rumors going about how there's going to be conflict between Sansa and Jon over how things are being ruled and whatnot. How do you guys feel about how she dealt with the situation when she wanted to give the castles to the loyal clans or the loyal lords, and he was like, no, like, I'm not going to kick these people out of their homes that have been there for centuries because of a mistake of two people or whatever. I'm going to give them the opportunity to make up for it or whatever. Like, what do you think? First off, should she have reacted the way she did and spoke out the way she did, or do you think she should have not? And secondly, what do you think about Jon's decision to let the lords of those houses keep their castles and fight for him? Avon?
I definitely think it's a very mature decision. It's very much not like any of the other rulers have demonstrated, though. So I'm really interested in seeing how this pans out. But I think that those two, he's made incredibly loyal to him now because he saved their future.
Most?
I completely agree. Just Littlefinger's a dick. Just throwing that out there. But
yeah,
he's a little shit. But Should she have said something? Look, the fact that she did say something already just is already giving us a taste of what's to come. Like you said, there have been hints out there saying that there's going to be conflict between them two on how the North shall be ruled.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is one of the first of many decisions that is going to be very problematic between them two. But I do agree that she does have a great point when she says that you have to be smarter than Ned and Robert.
Yeah.
John said, by our father's words, we have to follow what he says because, he was wise and stuff like that.
Right.
But then she ended up saying, yeah, but they're both dead. Like, they both got beheaded.
Yeah.
So you need to be smarter than them. So I do see where she's coming from. Was she right? I don't know, but I do stand with John's decision more than anything.
I think what she had to say was right. However, I don't think she should have spoken up there during the meeting that they were holding. But I do think John did a good job kind of recovering from that. Because you could see when she spoke, the men in the hall or whatever kind of were like, oh, they were talking like, oh man, maybe she's right and this and that, blah blah blah. And John's like, no, this is my fucking decision. I throw a lot of F-bombs out there when I'm talking about Game of Thrones, just letting everybody know.
It's a mature rated show.
It's a mature rated show here, guys. All right, if you guys had to click yes, 18 and over or mature, whatever the hell. Anyways, so it's just he kind of put that down like, look, it's my fucking decision. I am the king of the North now. You all swore allegiance to me. This is how it's going. That's my word, and that's that. And I'm like, okay, well then he showed them that he wasn't just gonna roll over for. It doesn't matter if it is his sister or technically his cousin. He's gonna go ahead and he's the one ruling, not her. This is how things are gonna go. And he kind of set the precedence that don't question my authority. What I'm saying is for the good of everybody, not just myself, or because I'm butthurt because my dad or my brother got killed because of these people or whatever it might have been. So I think him putting his foot down like that shows a lot of how he can rule. And even Sansa said ruling suits him. Like the way he's being a king or whatever, it suits the type of personality and who he is. And I think because he wasn't given everything as he was growing up, because he was treated as a bastard, him being the king of the North now, he's looking at it from a different perspective. It's not just something that was going to be given to him. It's something that he sees it through different eyes, I think.
Yeah, because he definitely earned everything that he's gotten. But just to kind of backtrack a little bit, the last time he did put his foot down, he got stabbed multiple times.
Yeah, well, they're saying that eventually, sometime this season, he's gonna die again. And the guy, the guy with the eye patch from the Brotherhood, he's gonna give up his final life to bring him back. But who knows what's going on? They're saying that he's a fire walker.
Like that's his reason. Yeah, that's his reason for living.
That's his reason for continuing to live. He's gonna give up his life for John's. They're saying that he is a fire walker, kind of like how we have White Walkers. He's a fire walker, basically. He no longer has a heartbeat. He no longer has a soul. He is basically reincarnated within the fire, as the White Walkers are reincarnated through the ice and snow or whatever. So it'd be really interesting if that's true, to see where they're going to take all that and when it's going to happen and if it happens. After the meeting, we move on to anybody?
I believe it was
Brandon, actually.
Oh yeah, Brandon.
Oh yeah, when he showed up to the wall.
The wall.
And she was like, I am so and so, and this is Brandon Stark. Let us in. And they're like, well, how the hell do I know? And then he kind of got out of his little trance or whatever and was like, dude, I know who the fuck you are and what you did and this and that. Let me the fuck in. Do you think they're gonna send a Raven directly to what the hell am I thinking?
John?
To John, yeah, but I'm thinking about the castle name.
Castle
Black.
Black. Yeah.
No, because he's not at Castle Black anymore. Brandon just showed up basically at Castle Black. They're at the Stark home. What's it called?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They're at fuck.
Somebody,
Next.
anybody.
Oh shit, what's it called?
Winterfell. Boom! I beat y'all. Nope, I said it.
There you go.
I said it. It's Winterfell. So do you think they're gonna let them know at Winterfell that they have him there? And what do you think that's gonna cause as far as any conflict between? Because technically, Brandon is a true blood son of Ned Stark. But
He's the only one left.
He's the only one left, and he's a male. So wouldn't people look to him to be then the king, or do you think that he would relinquish that or like squash that right away and be like, no, John's the guy you're gonna follow, et cetera, et cetera?
Brand's a three-eyed raven. I don't see him wanting to be a king at all.
And not only that,
I'm not
John can be the king of the North while he can be the Lord of Winterfell. Yeah,
that is true.
So there are different, points that he can kind of take over. But the fact that he is a three-eyed raven, I don't think he's really gonna go for any of that political
do you think? Okay, he may not. But do you think that the people of the North are going to be like, well, he's here now. Why isn't he king? Do you think Littlefinger may use him to try and drive a wedge between what he's already trying to do with Sansa and Jon?
Oh, I can absolutely see Littlefinger try.
Yeah, exactly. He can try, but I don't think he's gonna have that pull with him. That's the thing. Like, he has a little pull with Sansa because of the history that they have and the fact that he saved her life. But with Brendan, nothing. Like, I really don't think he can really do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. What came after that?
Did Sam's little thing come after that? His montage?
Oh, yeah. Sam's montage. For all those of you guys, for those of you guys who haven't seen it, go watch it. But Sam's montage is basically, it basically goes from him cleaning shit pots to serving food that looks like shit to cleaning the pots and then cleaning the shit pots again and it's just basically they're just showing how shitty, pun intended, his life has become being at the Citadel. But he does also get a chance to get a kind of a peek into the forbidden area of the Citadel, and he learns where the dragon glass could be mined. And he also they showed a couple blades, and apparently if you take a screenshot at a certain point, it shows how to cure dragon scale for is it Davros? What's his name? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Is it Davros?
Stannis.
No, not Stannis.
Oh, Stannis.
No, Stannis' daughter was the one that had the dragon scale, and then the guy.
Oh, yeah.
The mother of dragons, like the one dude that always protected her.
The one that's in the.
Yes, the guy who had stone skin.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah. The dragon scale or whatever it is. So, I think Sam's gonna end up helping him out. I know, poor dude. I think Sam's gonna end up helping him out because they said something about how it needs to be grinded up and he needs to ingest it, and that will cure that disease that he has. Sam looks like, I mean, even the when he was in that autopsy room where the maester was cutting up that body, Sam was trying to tell him, and he's like, "I believe you. You've been saying it for so long, and you're adamant about it. I believe you, but people thought the world was going to end before, twice or three times beforehand, and we're still here. Nothing else is going to change. Yes, something might happen, but we're still going to be here at the end of the day." Little does he know how serious the situation is going to be, which prompts Sam to go steal or borrow some books, and that's when he finds out all the other information. Do you think...
speaking of the books...
Okay.
Hold on, sorry. Speaking of the books, did you notice... Okay, so in the trailer for this season for Game of Thrones, it shows a Littlefinger with a dagger.
Right.
That same dagger is the one that's in the books.
Correct. It's Valyrian steel.
Yeah, it's Valyrian steel, right? So then, how the hell did he get it?
Nobody knows. It's never been explained. He said he's at the beginning. He said he's had that, and then he lost it in a bet to Tywin, and then or Tyrion, sorry, and then somebody Cersei, not Cersei, but somebody else stole it and tried to murder. Oh no, it was Cersei. Cersei gave it to an assassin to try and kill Brendan.
Right.
And then it fell back into Ned's hand. After Ned died, it fell back into the Lannisters. And then I believe Tywin gave it to Littlefinger because he was then the guy that took care of all the books and shit like that. And I think that's why he had it last. But in some pictures and previews of the new season, it shows that Arya had it. Or has it. So I don't know where it's going or how it's going to get there, but we'll see what happens there. Yeah. With the books, going back to that, do you guys think that Sam's gonna? I mean, obviously he's gonna send a raven to Jon. Do you think then that Jon is gonna march down south or southeast or whatever, or southwest, southeast to Dragonstone and collect all that stuff? Is that going to be how him and the Khaleesi, Mother of Dragons, meet, and how they align themselves together by her allowing him to get the dragon glass? She then gets him to be on her side to take over the Seven Kingdoms once the war is over in the north. Your guys' thoughts?
I think that would be the most straightforward approach.
But
I feel like but I feel like there's gonna be some other twists in there.
And I don't know if Jon himself is gonna go.
Yeah.
You don't think being Jon as we've known him, he doesn't like to sit back and let things happen. He knows how important this is. You don't think he'll make the trip down there? Because it would have to be the only way I think Khaleesi allows them to do it is if Jon goes. If he sends an emissary or if he sends somebody in his place or whatever, I don't think that she will allow it. And then plus, Tywin and him, Tyrion and him have a relationship already.
True, but then again, that's if Jon knows that she's there. The only other person that knows that she's gonna be there is Cersei and her brother, but that's only because her brother said that would most likely be the most logical spot for her to go.
Right.
So unless somebody else is thinking that, I don't see him realizing that she's there, unless something happens.
Okay,
like
so then,
like a battle at the keep, and then that's how people know that she's there, and then she's gonna fight somebody there.
Well, I know
their information is good because Cersei knew she was sailing across the sea, so they had that information.
Yeah. They had that information, but she didn't know where she was gonna go until she asked her brother, and then her brother was like, "Well, because of my father, made me study all the maps and know every mountain, every river, every sea, or whatever. Her best chance is going to the keep, or whatever it's called, because that's where she grew up. That's her home. So that's most likely the most logical spot for her to go. That's just my little 2 cents.
Well, I mean, here's my thing.
I feel like a battle's gonna happen over there first.
It's got to happen
before he gets over there.
I think before the North gets down in any way, shape, or form, before the North gets down to Dragonstone, I think Cersei's gonna try and attack, and she's gonna send a small force just to see how the Khaleesi is gonna be able to protect her area there, or her new castle that she just retook. And then that's going to give us a better picture of where the battles are going to go. And I think as the North comes down south to get the Dragon Glass, I think the Lannister army is going to get caught between the Khaleesi and the North. That would be an epic battle.
So then, speaking of Cersei and her army,
Fuck that bitch.
What do you think the gift is gonna be?
It's gonna be the head of one of the snakes, one of the sand snakes. It's got to be.
I feel like that's too obvious.
But I think that's
Like,
that's what's gonna make the people, or that one lady and the other two sisters align themselves with Khaleesi, because they're gonna have that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's what's gonna be the thing that ties them together.
I can also definitely see Cersei sending a token force to attack the Khaleesi, having it slaughtered, and using that as a means of trying to promote some more support for herself. Because, oh, look, the evil dragons are back.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a good way to look at it and spin it. I don't want to make the whole thing about Game of Thrones. But any other part, I mean, we know the end. She gets there, and she said, let us begin, as she's looking at the table where Stannis was standing before planning his attack. When does the Red Lady come in? Is she going to come in? Do we even care? Or the Red Woman, I should say. What other part do you think was big enough, or what other part do you think other people miss that is setting up for a great episode 2?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be in episode 2. It'll probably be in episode 3. But the Hound storyline, do you think that he became a believer after looking into the fire?
I think he did. Abram?
I don't know if he became a believer, but because he was a very anti-religion person in the first place. But I know he's definitely doubting himself now.
Okay.
Right on.
Anything else?
I think that covers the main topics.
All right. Tune in 2 weeks when we talk about episode 2 and 3, because it will have been 2 episodes that come out by the time we do our next podcast. So hopefully we do this at the end of every podcast from here on out to kind of talk about Game of Thrones and whatnot. And Abram, I know I'm going to invite you and Ashley both back to talk about other topics later on. But if you want to be kind of a regular talking about Game of Thrones, it'd be great to have you on as well. Moving on to the last topic of the night. Are female gamers still suffering discrimination? There is a story in the LA Times about the University of Irvine and what they're doing to help female gamers kind of fight back and deal with the discrimination that they've seen over the years and continue to see. Ashley, it just so happens that I found this article and I knew you were jumping on, so I said, why not talk about it? What are your thoughts on the surface? Real quick, what are your thoughts on how the female gamer is perceived and or dealt with? I don't say dealt with. If it sounds dirty and whatnot. How they're perceived and or how they are received when gaming. Like, what's your perspective? What's your thoughts? Do you get a lot of you get hassled a lot? Like, what's up?
I get a lot of shit, especially in Overwatch. I haven't had any issues in like Guild Wars. But again, I run the guild, so if people gave me shit, I would just literally kick them out. That's
one way to get rid of people.
Yeah. Overwatch has gotten really bad, especially in competitive. It's gotten to a point where sometimes I just avoid playing competitive, which I enjoy more than quick play because I like the structure of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had rape threats. I've had death threats. I've heard every sexist comment in the book. I've grown a thicker skin for it, but sometimes if I'm having a bad day and I get that one comment, it can throw me over the edge. Like there was one day, like when I got that rape threat, normally I don't let that stuff get to me. But I had to sign off and close my computer and
now when you say normally I don't let that get to me, by you saying normally I'm just throwing it out there. I don't want to say it does or doesn't have, but your words are saying that it happens very often.
It does. I would say probably, depending on the day, 25% to 50% of games I play in Overwatch competitive.
Really?
I get at least one comment.
And
at least one.
I know rape is nothing to joke about for those of you guys hearing at home or out on the internet. Rape is nothing to joke about, and it's a terrible thing, and I hope anybody who does that goes to jail and gets castrated. But you said this that one time it got to you. What was, if you don't mind talking about it, what was that? Why was that time the time that got to you to the point where you had to shut your computer down, as opposed to the other times where people made comments or said things like that it didn't get to you? What was it about this time that got to you that you were like, I need to get off the computer right now? If you don't mind me asking.
No, it's fine. I'm open about things. I mean, for starters, the guy was talking about how easy or how much he wants to rape Diva, and I came through and was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he started then going off about how easy it would probably be to rape me, and just started going. I had some teammates that, came to my defense and told them to fuck off, but it was still, I had already been having a bad day. To be a little more deep, I was in a physically and emotionally abusive relationship for 11 months where the guy did try to rape me. Mm-hmm. So rape comments especially do trigger a response in me where it gives me flashbacks of the night that things happened. So that was the only time I've gotten a rape threat. But like I said, I've had other comments and whatnot thrown at me. But I think because it was just so violent and it felt so out of the blue, and it was just that, it's the whole power trip. It's that loss of my power, this guy threatening to take my personal power and to violate me, even though I know he can't reach me. It can trigger a response in someone because, the internet, you don't know in person too, you don't know what someone's been through. And a lot of these are like 12-year-old boys trying to make themselves feel good about themselves, but not all of them.
Right.
Some of them are full-grown adults. I had another one when they heard my voice come through, start calling me, like, say, oh, you're my whore now. You're this, you're that. You can only heal me. And, at first I thought he was goofing off, and then I was kind of laughing it off, and then I was like, okay, bye guys, good game, and I went to go group with my friends, and he just went off on me. I mean, you fucking bitch, you're my whore, you don't belong to anyone else. And it was actually scary. It's hard to explain the feeling, but it's especially because there's so many more female gamers nowadays.
Oh, absolutely.
But we're still treated so shitty, especially in, it seems FPS games tend to be some of the worst. Anything where there's open communications and you're playing with strangers. Mm-hmm. I had one point where I refused to play Overwatch competitive unless I was in at least a team of 3 to 4, and there was mostly guys who could stand up for me because it was just bad. I heal a lot, and that's because no one ever wants to fucking heal. So I have a lot of hours on Mercy. I love Mercy play. Mm. But if I had a comment for every time I hear, wow, I swear every girl is a Mercy main, it makes me want to go through the wall. So I'm like, I didn't choose this by choice, fucker. You all freaking chose Genji and Hanzo and freaking Reaper. Someone's got to keep your asses alive.
I agree. I love me some Mercy no matter where it comes from. I know Most Wanted does some pretty good Mercy too. I know, Ash, I played with you and you do some amazing Mercy. It saddens me that it's kind of like, and I didn't even want to compare the two, but from my perspective, the only thing I could possibly even remotely compare it to is how back in the day, or even sometimes nowadays, people, they don't consider me a gamer because I like playing sports games. They're like, oh, you're just a fucking dumb jock who only plays sports games because you can't play the other games. I'm like, dude, no, I can play fucking other games too. But I'm sure I don't get the same ridicule and I don't get looked upon the same way as you do. And it saddens me to know that people are out there and they feel like they can do or say whatever they want without any repercussions because it's the internet, and they don't understand what it does to people, what it makes people feel. Like, it made you, when that one person said that, you know, it made you feel so bad that you immediately stopped playing. And I think nobody in this world, male, female, or however you identify yourself as, should ever be put in a place where your the way you feel or your safety or who you are is questioned or taken away from you to a certain extent because you're playing a video game. Like, video games is supposed to be the most inclusive thing that we ever do, because we can all do it. And whether you're good, you're bad, you play casually, you play professionally, we're all here to play games and have fun at the end of the day. And if you can't look past that, we all have our rager moments. I've had them myself. I know Max has had them. I've heard Ashley go off a few times. I mean, we've all, I mean, Avon, I haven't had the pleasure of playing with you any game yet, so I don't know. But I'm sure at some point you got pissed off enough where you yelled or said something and this and that. But I know from my end, I would never be like, oh, I'm going to go, you know, I'm going to go fuck you and this and that, yada, yada, whatever it might be. I don't think, you know, we as a community, we as a society of gamers need to go that way. I think that these the younger generation, they feel more free to say things or do things on the internet because they feel no repercussion behind it. There's nothing or nobody saying, hey, dude, if you do that again, or if you do this to begin with, you're going to get kicked off your game, whatever, yada, yada. There's nothing really that's out there unless they hack into a game. Well, if you hack a game, then you get kicked off. It's like, well, shit, all right. Well, this asshole over here was threatening people and making people so uncomfortable they're leaving, and you guys don't do shit. I think there should be an accountability when it comes to that kind of thing. I don't know. That's my opinion. Avon, do you have anything to say with this, or what are your thoughts?
I've seen it from, you know, being on the same team as people doing it, and it just blows my mind that people can be that stupid, and I just don't understand it in any way how anyone can think it's okay. Yeah.
You know, another notable one that comes to mind is, I mean, I was solo queuing and I had a 2-stack in our team, and they heard my voice and they just started hurling abuse at me. I don't remember half the shit they were saying, you know, but I mean, if I had a nickel for every time that they called me stupid bitch, because I can remember that, I'd be rich. So I got to a point where I went to, you know, the match chat and I said, hey guys, can you report, you know, these people, you know, this guy, you know, he's just saying horrible things to me just because I'm a female playing this game. Can you, you know, report it for abusive chat? And the other team started hurling abuse at me. And, well, that's what you get for being such a stupid bitch. And it was like, I was just like, holy crap, like, really? And I think that's one of the most frustrating things is you can report and you can have other people report, but it feels like there's no justice, like nothing's done. Because, you know, it would help, like, for instance, Blizzard, if they could maybe come back and say, reviewed your report, especially if it was someone who was reported multiple times. And I know they get reports constantly, so I know this isn't really going to happen. But if they could at least come back, especially for the really serious ones, and say, we reviewed your report, we took action, we did this, 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 and this, it would bring so much peace of mind, you know, to any of us that have gone through this. It's, you know, and, you know, the other thing, you know, is, you know, I've talked like in some Overwatch Facebook groups about it. And sometimes they're just as bad. You tell them what happened, they're like, oh, just get over it. Just report and block, and mute your mic. Just don't talk. And I'm like, that's not how it works, you know? Yeah. I need to be able to talk to my freaking team. You know, I shouldn't be the one that has to do this. You know, stop victim blaming, you know? Yeah. I shouldn't be the one that has to avoid abuse and not speak, you know, or block the person and not be able to know what's going on. I think it's great, that program that press release is for. I think that's amazing they're doing that, but it also saddens me that things like that have to be done, that we have to be teaching the girls how to deal with it, you know, and what they can do versus, you know, I mean, teaching the shitty ass kids to not be so fucking shitty. Yeah. Which I know it's always going to be there, but it's just, it saddens me that it has to be this way.
The article that Ash is talking about, I put the link in it right there at the LA Times. Basically, UC Irvine has made a girls' summer camp for gaming. Any young female interested in gaming from the professional and hearing from professional competitors, streamers, gaming companies about the inclusion in the gaming community, while also speaking out on the harassment and discrimination female gamers face. It's run out of the esports arena down in Orange County. Their comments made towards her were, and I'm sure that she's heard worse. They've told her, go back to the kitchen. Oh, we're going to lose. We've got a girl on our team. Jenny Song spoke out and said, I feel like I had something to prove, but they can trash talk me all they want. As long as I reach my goals in terms of gaming, that's all that matters to me. But I do understand at the end of the day, you should never be put in that situation where you have to deal with that. You know, it's just, it saddens me. Because there's one thing like playful shit talking, but when you get into like wanting to tell somebody to go, you know, I'm gonna, you know, fuck your world up, or I'm gonna rape you so you'll never play video games again, or immediately thinking like, oh man, freaking, we got a girl on the team, we're gonna lose. Like, that's so 1960 or whatever you want to call it, that women can't do certain things. Like, women can do everything that we can do. There are plenty of female gamers that have whooped my ass, convincingly whooped my ass in several different games, and all I can say is, wow, you kicked my ass, like, good job. I'm not gonna curse them out or tell them to, you know, fuck off because they beat me at a game that I thought I was good at. Like, what the fuck is that all about? Most Wanted, I know you got to get going here soon, so I want to get your opinion. I want to hear what you have to say about the situation.
I mean, like, we hear it all the time. I mean, when we're playing Overwatch, or when we're playing just anything that has any multiplayer aspect to it, people are just dicks, and people just need an ass whooping. Like, it just really fucking sucks. You know, it's like I feel for the women that have to go through this. I really do. It's just, damn. That sometimes people go too far. You know, it's fine, you know, to like just, you know, have some playful banter back and forth, but some people just take it too damn far, and they're just total dicks.
I think there should be more accountability online from the game creators and the players. Like, if you hear some shit going on and you report somebody, it shouldn't go unnoticed. It shouldn't. It should be something that start a folder or a file on this guy, and if you see that he's got a continuous stream of complaints against them, well, at some point either let him know, hey, you need to, this is your final warning, or you're going to be kicked off and you're going to be banned or whatever. And some people could be like, well, if he gets banned on one account, he can just start another account and continue doing his thing. Well, then you're getting him at least to continue to spend money, and to kind of basically waste his money, waste his time. After a certain amount of time, somebody, I know if that was happening to me, I'd be like, fuck this, I'm not paying another $50 to play this fucking game again. So it's just, I'm sorry, Ash, that this kind of shit happens to you. If it happens anytime you're playing with us, believe me, we're always going to stand up for you, and no, ain't nobody fucking with my girl, basically.
Thank you.
It's just kind of crazy. Sorry. It's just kind of crazy because I feel like even like 10 years ago, if you were to report somebody online, you would get a pretty quick response about it. Whether you're on console, PC, or whatever, if you reported somebody for something, either harassment, cheating, whatever other options you're given, I feel like you would get a response from that, you know, rather quickly. Today, if you were to report somebody, you're lucky to hear anything back.
Well, and here's the thing, and I mean, it should be on a case-by-case basis. They should at least read the report and what's going on, because myself and Most Wanted know a player in our community that every time he loses, he enjoys complaining and reporting and banning as many people as he can on the team that beat him, because he doesn't know how to lose. He thinks that everybody is hacking, and there's no way I could have lost this game because if they were playing the right way, blah, 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 blah. So I understand from the people who make the games, they can't go through every single thing. But if you get the same complaint over and over and over again about a single player, then maybe it's time to open up a case on them and see what's going on, and at least try and get down to the root of the issue, and maybe that is a step in the right direction. I don't know. That's me.
Totally agree.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right. We're gonna go ahead. I mean, I hate ending on a note like that, but it's kind of the end of the podcast. So I want to do a few things beforehand. Does anybody have any upcoming events coming up anytime soon that our viewers or listeners need to know about?
Frag Force is doing a two days, 12 hours each stream on August 4th and 5th, actually, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
There's a chance we'll have a stream up and running, and we're trying to get it up and running and working better than before.
Outstanding. Anything else going
on? Every Wednesday I'm in a podcast for Guild Wars 2. If there's anyone there that plays it, Kit and the Travelers. So that is every Wednesday on Kit the Traveler on Twitch. So that's coming up again. We did it today. It'll be next week again.
Outstanding. Jebro Unity just chimed in, said I missed it.
Jebro! Hello, my darling.
I'm guessing you here because Ashley brought you. But go ahead. We're going to be wrapping up here soon. You can go ahead and re-hear the VOD and check out what we said. Send us in some comments or whatever you might. We'll address it at some other another time or whatever, and let us know what you think. Thanks for stopping by. Personal advertisements. Ava, I know you just talked about where you guys are having the event where they can see it, but go ahead. Where can people find Avam DeCessus online? And go ahead and this is your time to promote your Extra Life as well, or Extra Life, or other thing you're doing. Go for it.
At Avam DeCessus on Twitter, at Avam DeCessus on Twitch, easy enough. But mostly you'll find me on the SFTC Frag Force account on Twitch, which is the one for our team because Frag Force was taken and Twitch won't give it back to us. Or YouTube/FragForce.org or FragForce.org. Everything we're doing is for raising money for Child's Play and for Extra Life, because you get a bunch of engineers and they don't do volunteering much, but you get them to play games and they're all for it.
You should probably hit me up, seeing as I'm a chemical engineer. I'm one of you. Hit me up.
Okay.
I was like, I heard engineers and got excited.
Ash, where can everybody find you? I know you're talking about the Guild Wars stuff, but where can they find you? Yes,
you can find me on both Twitch and Twitter, Ashen Lily. So just as it's spelled, I kind of typed in the chat a little bit. As on Instagram, it's Ash the Viz. That is my other go-to name. I also do Extra Life. The link to my Extra Life page is on my Twitter. But again, it's the same username of Ash and Lily. We're at 500. We just broke 500, so we're trying to hit 1,000.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that was
prodigy,
pretty awesome.
Guys. She's my prodigy.
Yes. Bridgestone brought me into Extra Life, and it changed my life. It's what got me into streaming, actually. Fun fact.
I'm glad I was able to help you out with that.
So I try to stream Monday through Wednesday at 6 p.m. doing our raids. Wednesdays and to the end of the week are kind of iffy depending on how I'm feeling and if my computer decides to be nice to me. For some reason, it loves Mondays and Tuesdays, but on Wednesdays, like today, my shit just didn't work. So
it happens sometimes.
It doesn't like hump day. So that's my little pitch. Come hang out. I should post on Twitter a lot and have a pretty chill stream. Would love to see you guys.
Outstanding. Avam DeCensus is a new follower. Thank you, Avam DeCensus, for following us here at Populace Gaming. Most Wanted. I know everybody knows who you are by now, but go ahead and give them out your stuff. Let people know where they can find you. Go for it.
Y'all know me. It's all good. No. So, as you guys already know, my name is Most Wanted Max. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, almost anything as Most Wanted Max. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And actually, by the next time we have this podcast, I shall be another year older.
Oh, so, hey, happy early birthday to you then,
snap.
sir. Yeah. Wait to level up.
I know, right?
How old are you gonna be now, dude?
Do you really want to know?
I do.
Yes.
28.
Fuck you. Oh,
That's what
God.
I said. Do you want to know?
I'm so old.
I'm feeling young right now.
For those of you guys who don't know, I am 36. Yes, I'm the old man of gaming over here. I think I'm gonna change my name from BridgetownBS to Bridgetown Old Guy. But speaking of which, BridgetownBS, you can find me everywhere. Jebro Unity, I'm with you, doggy. He's 35. That's what I'm talking about. You can find me at BridgetownBS on everything: Twitch, Twitter, everything out there. BridgetownBS. Find me, add me, follow, whatever you might be. But most importantly, make sure you're following Populace Gaming. Populace Gaming on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer now. We're now streaming to Mixer as well. Anywhere out there, find us. If you can't find us anywhere, go to www.populacegaming.com. There's links to everywhere we're at. Come and join us in the Scrub Gaming Network with our Discord here. It's a great community for creators and streamers and everybody in between. Make sure you guys go ahead and come on down. If you guys are interested, go to the Populace Gaming website. We have links for everything. Once again, I'd like to thank Avum and Ashen for coming out here. Once again, Most Wanted, thanks for being here. I know you got to get going here soon, so I'm trying to wrap it up as quickly as possible. Thank you to everybody who stopped by today. I appreciate all the love and you guys showing up and just being here with us, being a part of the conversation, being a part of what we're trying to do here, and continuing to move forward. We can't wait to have you guys on the next podcast. Next podcast will be August 2nd of 2017, so make sure you look for it. It'll be same time, same channel, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till about 9:30, 10 sometimes we go there. Pacific Standard Time, so come on back, hear what we got to say. We'll do some more Game of Thrones wrap up. If it gets popular enough, maybe we'll do a separate show with Game of Thrones wrap. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how things roll. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. Don't forget to go check out our affiliates, both Origin PC, and if you're on Twitch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. Everything you guys do helps us out. Provide the best stream possible and give you guys the best content possible. We're continuing to move forward. We're also looking for a few new members here at Populace Gaming. If this is something you're interested in getting involved with, either the podcast end of it, the streaming part of it, whatever it might be, please send us an email at info@populacegaming.com and somebody from the team will get back to you. We're looking for a couple more people to help round out the week. We're streaming basically Monday to Monday or all week long, 7 days a week. There will be a stream going on. If something doesn't happen, you'll hear from us on Twitter and or on Facebook and or on everywhere we're at. We let you know when we're not going to be able to stream. Usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you'll have the most of the group together doing a stream. Other than that, guys, go ahead and say goodbye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. It was nice meeting y'all.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
And on that beautiful bombshell, my name is BridgetownBS. I really appreciate everybody for being here. If you guys missed the show, like I know Jebro Unity showed up just a little bit late. If you missed the show, don't worry. Go ahead and give it a couple minutes. You can go ahead and see the video on demand. Listen to everything we talked about. If you want to know about everything we did discuss today, all the links are in the chat room. I'll put it in the video on the VOD so that you can go and click on them and check out anything that we talked about tonight. With that, I am BridgetownBS. I will see you guys later. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thursday night with Most Wanted Max. He'll be here, so make sure you're there to help him, to support him, and keep the Populace Gaming thing going on. So with that, guys, on that bombshell, my name is BridgetownBS one more time. Make sure you guys check us out at PopulaceGaming.com. And we'll see you guys later. Appreciate it. See ya.
Hello.
Hey-o.